everybody. Give me a second here. I'm a little bit unprepared. Everything's set up from yesterday's stream, which means everything is like broken for today's stream. And most importantly, you guys need to be able to see me. Hi, how's it going? Good to see you all. We're gonna be playing some Minecraft today. And that means, let's see if I can set it up. You guys should be able to see it now. Okay. That means we're gonna kind of be tying up some loose ends because if you saw the notification from earlier that popped into Discord or you checked out your Twitch notification, you will have seen that I'm going to be out of town once again. This is like a reoccurring theme, you know, we come back, I leave, and it's just wash, rinse, repeat. I don't stay around very long, it seems, at least not during the summer, but this should be the last, like, trip that's gonna make me be gone for a while. There are a couple more things after this next one that I need to go do, and it's only a 2-day excursion, so I should be back in time to do, maybe a Saturday stream instead, if that's what needs to happen. Anyway, that was just a lot of words to basically introduce you guys to me saying, yeah, I'm leaving again. It's going to be from the 14th of July to, I believe I said the 22nd. Was that what I typed in the message? Yeah, the 22nd. So I probably won't be back till the 23rd. So, you know, this is like your last little bit of, you know, king for maybe about a week, if all goes to plan. And then I come back, and we have a lot of fun. As a byproduct of that, you know, since I'm going to be gone, I can't be working on King SMP stuff, so I can't really promise any more developments in, you know, what's going on with King SMP, but what I can say is I'm still going to be kind of working on it tonight, tomorrow, and a little bit of the 14th while I'm here, hopefully. Big things that we're going to be working on today is we're going to be working over here in the temple. I think it has just a little bit more dirt to go, so that will be a quick one. And then we might work on the cliffs over here. We might not. I'm kind of thinking I'm ready to be done with the cliffs for a little bit. We've still got a lot of work that needs to be done all around the place, but now that that's done over here, we can sort of start filling in some of the details since we know where the boundaries are, as well as maybe actually adding the pathway that goes up here. Over here, we need to put, like, a house or something. I said I was gonna put, like, the chief's house probably over here, the village chief's house. So that'll probably be somewhere over there, and then, you know, up there will be another big build. So it's just kind of a matter of, you know, of kind of being patient and, you know, also waiting. There's a lot of waiting that goes on with this. Let me get hydrate here. I did not sleep well last night. Yeah, sure, Beetle. Let me here, let me go and pop over in spectator. Also, Pi, I saw your build in Discord. It looks insane. You've done well. Oh my goodness, Beetle, you have been busy. Wow. Okay, dude. Looking good. Let me quickly, I hear my computer revving up. That would be why. Gonna say my computer's revving up, and that's usually not a good sign. I don't want it to crash tonight. Not that I want it to crash other nights, but yeah. Let's see, 10 plus hours a day, and I thought my 19 hours. Honestly though, 10 hours a day is insane. It really is, and this is coming out very well. It's huge. And I think, you know, we've talked about it a little bit about doing the island. That's gonna take some time, but I think that'll probably be done sooner than you'd think. I hate the third layer. The third layer. I'm assuming the last one here then? Is it just because it takes so long to get through, or are you just not happy with how it looks? You might be talking about the inside. Come to me? Okay. I'm here. Oh. Hang on. Yeah, the random pattern. I was gonna say that would, yeah. You have to kind of place it, well, I actually don't know. I guess if you're facing the same direction every time you place it, it's probably fine, but still, it's a pain in the butt to even do that, I think. However, it does look good when you're not standing right next to it, because you don't really necessarily notice, and it helps kind of blend the gradient, I think. But that's just my thoughts on that. Also, Beetle, congrats on grabbing first, by the way. Also, while we're in spectator... Oh, he's not, able to be TP'd to. Okay. Oh, it was just lagging. That's fine. I was gonna say, I want to see this in my own perspective here. So, Pi had built this in 19 hours. I don't know really how to pronounce it. I'm gonna try, though, the Pridewin, which is from Fallout. I have not played Fallout, so you're gonna have to forgive me if I butchered the pronunciation there, but it is impressive. This is a meaty build. Pridwin, okay. I was close. I'll take it. But yeah, like I said, a meaty build. And we kind of saw it briefly on Friday, was it? That I came out here and kind of saw it. You hadn't even done the stone, like, air balloon bit. That's not really what it is, because it's a... You know what I mean. But, you had gotten out to... You'd done, like, the first level here. And over the weekend... Or over the week, sorry. Yeah, Monday was when we actually looked at it. I'm sorry, I'm all sorts of turned around right now. Monday is when we came to look at it. Over the course of the week, you finished it, and it's just... It's crazy. It's crazy how good it looks and how big it is. Doesn't look like there's a ton of interior just yet. I don't know if you intend to do any, but it does look really, really good. Like I said, I'm impressed. I am very impressed. I had just got into building the middle last time you saw. Yeah, that sounds about right. You were kind of like somewhere in this area, I think. There will be an interior in the gas bag because there's one in the game. Oh, the more you know. Sweet. Okay. Well, good luck with that. This is a big space to fill in, so you'll at least have a pretty pretty decent area to work with. That's for sure. Today I've spent 12 hours, probably gonna spend more. Oh, jeez. Well, it's good to see you being committed to something, Beetle. I appreciate you playing on the server as much as you are, and I can't wait to see more of the castle. I had talked to Unreal. Let's see, was that yesterday? I think it was. Unreal and I had a meeting for King SMP. It may have been 2 days ago. I don't remember. Guys, my days are all sorts of turned around. So you're gonna have to just forgive me if I get some of these days and times wrong. It was yesterday, right? Because on Wednesday, I talked on stream, and that's what sparked the meeting. So yeah, Unreal had watched part of watched part of the VOD from Wednesday's stream where we were talking about King SMP on stream, and he was like, oh yeah, you know, can you like he had just one little remark about it that he was gonna say, and then he was like, I'm watching it just to see what I missed. It's like, oh, if you want, I can go ahead and send you the document, that way you can just kind of scan through it. And so he looked at the document and he was like, hey, can we talk? Like, can we have a meeting or something? I was like, sure. So we just had like a spur of the moment staff meeting, and it went pretty well, all things considered. I mean, when you have a staff meeting for the first time in a couple of months, you know, it definitely went well. But honestly, you know, we didn't like talk about anything major. We kind of just talked about the same points we mentioned on Wednesday's stream, where it's like, yeah, the biggest issues we've got right now with the server is quests are basically gonna have to go away unless we can update them all to the new system. And then we just need to have events in order to keep people engaged with what we're doing, which just requires more staff. So that was kind of the thing Unreal and I found to be a common theme, really, was like, we have things we want to do, we just either don't have the player base or the proper amount of staff to be able to do it. Luckily, we think we've got some ideas, or at least I do. And Unreal sounds like he might be interested in helping some more again, but he's not quite ready to just hop right back into things. He kind of expanded upon his thoughts a little bit more from when we were on Discord, chatting in the forums channel. He kind of mentioned, you know, the problem of the fact that the SMP, it's not like the ones you watch on YouTube, which is what a lot of people are wanting when they join. They want something where they can just join and kill each other and, you know, do all sorts of that kind of stuff. But that's really not what our server is, nor is it really supposed to be. But on the inverse of that, there's other people who join and they want a server that they can, you know, interact with people and trust everybody. And that's also not the kind of server we have. We're in this unique position where we want to be something we can't necessarily be, not easily anyway. And a lot of that's just due to the fact that the way everything is set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The way the server is essentially set up right now is anyone can join. And we're not going to swap that away because there's just no way that works any other way. If I was pulling in like thousands of viewers, we could probably get away with starting to add a whitelist system that you have to apply to join with. And that would keep a lot of the bad people out, or making a pay to enter kind of deal. But yeah, with our current setup and our current player base, there's just no way we can actually focus down and make the moderating job needs to be easier. And you know, the players need to feel like they're all there for a common reason. So that's kind of what the big thing will be with the next update, hopefully. And you know, I can't promise anything, but if everything goes to plan, this next year for King SMP will be pretty cool. Now, like I said, I can't really promise much. What I can say is I know I'm going to be trying to do as much as I can anyway to make some stuff work. And that might mean that, you know, like I said, quests probably won't be in the next update just because they're gonna be broken. I have had somebody look at it and they've said that they think it might be easy. It looks easy-ish anyway, was the note I got. But you know, we'll see. We'll see if it's actually gonna be easy enough to move everything over. I guess really the biggest issue that King SMP is going to have isn't so much that, you know, we're moving over to a new server, or that we are that we're short on staff, or you know, that kind of deal. It kind of goes back to the thing of players, and we just really aren't hitting the audience we're looking for players. And I think a lot of that is just the way we advertised ourselves in the beginning. We were trying to be something we weren't. And so I'm thinking this next go around, when we're trying to showcase ourselves, you know, we're not even going to really mention the PvP aspect, because it's such a minuscule thing that nobody really uses anyway. Because our player base doesn't really want to fight each other. Like, it's a cool feature. It's a cool thing you can do. You don't have to, though. Yeah, I'll bring you some gravel, Beetle. Okay. TP King to Beetle. You can have all of that. You can even keep the box. You're struggling to find gravel? Well, don't you worry. Hopefully that'll help you out. Thank you, no problem, man. No problem. What was I gonna say? There was something else I wanted to kind of touch on. Yeah, I am having a hard time remembering. Oh yeah, yeah, the way we advertise ourselves just isn't working. So, you know, we're probably not gonna talk about the fact that you have PvP abilities. We're just gonna kind of talk about the big things of what the SMP is, make it short and sweet. The SMP is a place that, you know, is more so focused around building. You know, we have other things so that you don't have to only build. But if you're not interested in something that's more long-term focused, then yeah, this server isn't really focused on you. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. And a lot of that advertisement that we're going to be doing with the server and stuff is, you know, when I'm streaming and such, and when I'm making videos, and when I'm making announcements on videos about, like, our next event or whatever, it's going to be, you know, primarily geared towards people who are interested in that long-term community. And those events are going to hopefully be things that would be engaging, and a good way that we want the new events essentially to be community gatherings. I guess that's the best way to phrase it without using like a ton of words that I don't fully understand myself. But yeah, the server events will probably be, you know, things like, hey, we're gonna go do insert thing here, and we're gonna randomly assign teams. because that's one thing, you know, I find that we're not having a whole lot of interaction between people who play. You know, we have people who do interact, and then the people that join that are new, if they do stick around, they don't stick around super, super long because they don't integrate anywhere. You know, they don't interact usually. And that was one thing that I struggled with when I was younger, especially joining new servers, was I didn't interact, and when I did, it didn't usually work out too well because the player bases on those servers weren't acclimating me to the community. Now the places that did, you know, they were great. One that I can kind of point to in specific was Asuma Void's Plot World server, which has since been taken down, I believe, but I had joined it and I was just looking for a place to build, and I didn't have World Edit on my computer. It was too much, but to run it on a server, it didn't hurt my computer at all. So I loaded it up, and people immediately welcomed me, and some people even asked me to come help them build, and it was like, whoa, that's cool. People never trust me like that. And there was an event going on as well where I could go and build, and I got to watch other people build. So I wasn't even on a team in that case, but it was just the fact that there was people online there that were friendly. And with events, if you're throwing people on teams, as long as you're being sportsmanlike, it should help overall everybody. I get that, because honestly, the reason I have stayed is because I wanted a server where I could have a long-term base, but I definitely know some people who wouldn't like that. Yeah. And, like, honestly, I respect people who can play Minecraft like that, where they only want to play for, like, 2 or 3 weeks. I can definitely respect that. I can't do it myself. I don't know how people do it, but I can respect it. You know, you're doing what you like to do, and that's awesome. But for me, I have to have a long-term world, which is why I really don't join other people's SMPs anymore. I've been invited. I don't know if I've told you guys this. I was invited to a couple of content creator SMPs, like, in the last year, and I've turned them all down. Simply due to the fact that, one, I don't really have time for it, but also due to the fact that there is no promise from the SMP owners or the people who said that they're at least good friends with the owner. None of them were able to really promise me how long the server would last until. And if I don't know how long to expect the server to last, you know, I don't want to get myself on there and then it ends in, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months. I gotta have this long-term thing. That's how I play. And so if somebody can't tell me, you know, like, hey, the server's gonna last a long time, then, you know, I'm not gonna put my time into it. And for the most part, most people are pretty okay with that explanation. It makes me sound like a little bit of a snob, but you know, it's okay to be a snob when it's about spending time, because you get so little time in your lifetime. So you might as well spend it well and in a way that makes you happy. Capture the flag. Capture the flag would be a good one. 2 large teams, or maybe 4 large teams, something like that. Let's see. I think it's the fact that some people enjoy just grinding, but some others enjoy, some others like seeing progress. Yes, that too. There are some people who join a server and their only goal is get full netherite gear and set up villagers. Outside of that, there is no other goal. You know, they don't necessarily want to build a base, or if they do, they don't have a plan for it. So they're like, oh yeah, I'll build a base underground until I come up with an idea. And sometimes they do come up with an idea, but a lot of the times they just stay underground until they're done with whatever their big goal was joining. And that's how you get people like, for example, Theo. His goal was just to be the richest. That was pretty much his goal. And he pretty well succeeded that. And he did enjoy his time on the server for the most part. It was just, by the end of it, he was like, I've done everything. There's no point in me sticking around. And it's like, yeah, you've done literally everything you wanted to do. And so that's one of the other things. Hopefully we can add things that other people can participate in. Going alongside the events, we're kind of thinking about maybe doing... Did auto jump turn on, or was that just weird? Okay, it was just weird. You know, alongside events, we're kind of thinking of maybe doing some large-scale community projects. And so the community can kind of come together, and if you're not much of a builder, then you can kind of do some resource grinding and make it so that the builders can build. And, you know, we're going to build something big for the community. And sometimes those community builds get used in another event later on, which is, in my opinion, the more exciting part of things, because it's where you get to see your work kind of come into play. Would you rather eat a door hinge or a canvas? I'd rather eat a door hinge since it's smaller. I actually like the taste of door hinge, so I would say personally I would rather eat a door hinge. I've never tasted canvas, but I can't imagine it being all that tasty. I want to make sure I'm caught up here as well. I like grinding like me. Yes, Beetle, you are a prime example of what I was talking about there. You started with a base underground, and then after a while of, you know, having that, you eventually moved above ground with your castle, and you're still working on it. Like, you are one of the few people I have seen that actually have been able to stick with that plan of, you know, starting underground and then eventually moving out of that and building something large. Let's say the canvas is 6 inches by 6 inches. Ooh, it's a little bit big. 6 by 10, okay. Still, like I said, a little bit big for my liking. Let's see, dirt. Let's look for that. And then sand is over here, right? Yeah. It's also flat. True. I didn't even have a plan when I joined, to be honest. Flames just invited me and I expected to lose motivation after a big build, but here I am. Honestly, you have stuck with it a very long time. I've been impressed with it. I mean, I don't know how your playtime compares necessarily. Not that I care a whole lot, but the fact that Flames invited you and you might possibly have more playtime than him is kind of insane. Like, that really shows just how well you've taken to the server. It's very impressive, honestly. Let's see. Also, have you seen what I put in build showcase? I might have. Let's see. Build showcase. Yes, yes. I have seen those. I don't know when I saw them, but I did see them, it says. Those look cool though. I like that style of housing. Okay, who is Beetle Party? Beetle Party has been here for like a while. And he's a pretty active builder on the server. Ooh, okay. Actually, never mind. I do not give a care. You know, fair enough. Playtime-wise, this is the only server I play when I'm on Java. In fact, I think my only playtime on Java is the SMP. That's crazy. That's impressive to me. Hey, AK-47 is a tool. Hello, welcome. Great name. We love ourselves some AKs. We're just chilling on my Minecraft SMP. If you'd like to join, you're more than welcome to. But if you just want to sit back, relax, that's A-okay as well. I'm seeing some hydrates here. Okay, 2 hydrates. I saw the little volume mixer go up. If you guys heard me swallow that water, I apologize. I really do try to not make it sound, but sometimes it does. So I haven't done the water ASMR in forever. I didn't hear it? Okay, I will take it. I didn't hear it. Thank you. Thank you. I heard it all. I heard everything. You know, for some reason, I don't necessarily believe you, but, you know, that has nothing to do with this. Let's see. I guess I picked a good name because everyone says it's a great name. Well, I'd say so. Also, I don't really want to claim this base. Is it more so just because of how long it would take, or you just not want to have to deal with permissions or any of that kind of stuff? I can throw a claim over top of it, especially once it's done. I can do that for you. Yeah, but also it's nice to see what the community would do with it. True. I don't know if it, well, I do know people would probably interact with it. The question is just, is it gonna be good interaction, or is somebody just gonna walk by with TNT and then call it a day? Thank you for the follow, AK. Hello. Let's see. Can I join the server? It looks fun. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone is allowed to join. Both Bedrock and Java is both Bedrock and Java are compatible. So you can kind of pick your version and enjoy the game. I'm sorry, guys. I am like wore out. I tried to sleep last night, so I was up playing Spider-Man Remastered for 8 hours, and we beat it. We got 100% achievement completion, which was very satisfying. It was very, very satisfying. But after I had done that, I was going to go to bed because it was like 2:30 at that point. And so I tried to go to bed, and I couldn't. It was like being trapped in my own body at that point. Because I knew I needed to sleep, and I was laying there trying to sleep, but I could not go to sleep. It was awful. So I had been up until 6 in the morning, just kind of watching random movies until I fell asleep at some point. Which was, you know, not my favorite thing to do in the world. But, it happened regardless. It did indeed happen regardless. There's so many zombies. I say so many, it's... You know, they come one at a time, but still. Despise these guys. Okay, let me catch up here on chat as well. What version is the server on? We're currently on 1.20.4, but you should be able to join on any major release. Well, not just any major release. Anything after 1.9, ideally, should work. So I think you could join on 1.21, like you're asking there. I don't know, I haven't tried it, but I think you could. But the server is only running 1.20.4. We've been waiting for plugins to update for the longest time because of what happened in 1.20.6. There's so many different versions of the game, it's throwing me off. But I think 20.6 was oh, what was it? That was when they changed the NBT data over to whatever the new system is, which messed up a whole lot of stuff. We were preparing for it to be in 1.21, but they dropped it early on us in 1.20.6. Don't know why. Let's see, not gonna lie, I had the same problem. It happened, as happened much to me lately. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna join on 124. Alright, sounds good. My Microsoft password is getting all weird, so I won't be able to join for a couple of years. By years, I mean weeks. Okay. Sounds good to me. I had somebody try to brute force my account while I was on vacation a couple weeks ago. I say vacation. I was vacationing, but I was vacationing while doing volunteer work, I guess. So I wouldn't really say it was purely vacation, but somebody was trying to brute force my account. I locked them out because they eventually did get in. And I just changed my password. It was like, you've been in for 5 minutes. Congrats. Now what, buddy? Also, that does not look good. Okay. Do you guys see the thing I'm circling? It's like a slightly brighter pixel than everything else. I need to know if... I think it's my monitor, it's not Minecraft. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think it is anyway. Hang on. I'm gonna get a really close look at it. Okay. It's not as bad if I just get really close, because I can't see it then. So, if worse comes to worse, I'll just, like, get absurdly close to my monitor. I'll never notice. That's what I was doing right, taking this over. By the way, I suck at building, but I always try to, but it doesn't turn out great. Hey, that's okay, man. One thing that I find that helps with building is honestly just practice, which I hate. I hate that that's the answer for that, because it's like, as somebody who's been learning how to draw recently, I've been feeling it really, really badly. Where it's like, oh yeah, you just need to practice, and it's like, I am trying to practice to get better, but it's not helping. But with building, it's like, you know, every time you try, you get a little bit better. Watch some videos from like Grian from way back in the day when he did tutorials, and you can actually learn quite a lot from him. Not trying to copy him, but rather just following his methods of like, oh yeah, we're gonna add depth. Here's how I usually add it, and it's like, okay, cool. That's how I actually learned how to build a lot of my stuff, was watching a lot of Grian, and then just kind of copying small things he did, but not everything. Trying to get better, but sometimes it becomes good. Hey, sometimes it's better than none of the time. You're getting somewhere. I was trying to start with editing, and I did not know how to do anything. Editing can be fun. It's very tough, though, I'm not gonna lie. Unless you have a specific goal in mind, it can be pretty tough. If you know exactly what you're wanting to do, or what you're supposed to do, it's not so bad. But, for example, with me, I do YouTube videos and such, and since I'm in charge of the creative process from beginning to end, I have to think about that while editing, and it's just like, I don't know how to do insert thing here. I don't have time to research it before I do it, because I'm deciding to do it midway through the edit. It's kind of funny how I made the things in the showcase by walking up in the middle of the night, because I had waking up in the middle of the night because I had an idea. That is awesome, dude. Build inspiration hits at the weirdest times, but those looked awesome. I'm trying to remember, I had a dream last night. It was very intense. It wasn't necessarily nightmarish, though, which is funny, because it was intense in the sense of, like, there was, like, some moments of, like, fear, for lack of a better word, I guess. And yesterday night, while I was streaming, I had kind of mentioned how I have not had a nightmare in a very, very long time. And then, you know, I have a dream last night that it's arguably close to nightmare, but not reaching nightmare fuel, or not nightmare fuel, not reaching the nightmare level, actually. It's really, really funny that that came up, and that's how it went. I just remember when I woke up today, it was like, see, I woke up at 9:30, accidentally, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. So yeah, I went to bed at like 6, well, I was in bed before 6. I just didn't fall asleep before 6:30. I was in bed by like 2:33. But, what was I saying? But then I turned around and woke up at 9:30, and I think I'm understandably tired. I think we can excuse the tiredness. Let's see, see, I saw when you left Discord, it was 2:23 a.m. Discord. Well, I guess it depends on your time zone. I was gonna say, I haven't left. I don't leave Discord. But my computer did crash in the middle of the night, and it triggered an auto restart, so that's when I actually logged off Discord entirely. But that would be... I'm trying to remember, Mumbo. Your time zone. I don't remember. Anyway, it was like I said, I've only gotten 3 hours of sleep. It wasn't great. I think I'll rejoin the actual SMP tonight. Nice. Let's go. We'd be honored if you'd rejoin us. We've been very busy. I say we. I mean, I've been busy. And I think we've got some others who have been busy. Beetle especially. Same thing with Pi. We're the few who remain right now, but we've been doing things, stuffing things. I noticed a lot more people joining lately. I don't know if it's just me. It's due to the summer. A lot of people have extra time, so they log on to Twitch. They check out what's going on. So it's been one of those things where I think people now have a lot more time, and that beginning of summer, like, vacation window that a lot of people have, you know, that's also kind of, that's also been, shoot, hang on. That's also been finished, like, you know, people are done with their vacations for the most part by now. A lot of camps are done as well. That's another thing. Camps usually happen like sometime in June, like last week of June. Vacations, you know, somewhere between middle of June to about the end of July, but it's very few that actually make it to that last week of July, I think. Let's see. I'll actually have a lot of time soon, so maybe the Underground City can be remade. What version is the server on right now? We are on 1.20.4, if you'd like to, hop on for that version. You could also use 1.20 or 1.21 if you'd like. You can log on it even though we aren't using it. Good old Vive version is so helpful, man. It's so helpful. Okay. I will say this, today has been like a really long day. Because like I said, slept for about 3 hours, and on top of that, you know, I've been up for almost 12 now. But I did listen to the new Eminem album. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. I can definitely see myself listening to some of it, but probably not all of it. And big reason I'm noticing right now in specific is due to the fact that the songs are written that they connect with each other, and so some of the ones I really enjoy, they're only like 40 seconds long, but they need the other 3-minute song that accompanies it to make it listen, or to not make it listen. Sorry, I'm tired. To make it, make sense. But yeah, again, good music. New album was kind of nice. A couple of songs I felt could have been better, but I don't think there was actually any bad songs. They just weren't as good as, like, some of the others. I have some favorites, but I don't think I'm allowed to actually... I could share with my favorites, but I feel like, people would start asking more questions on why which one is my favorite, and then, you just get deeper and deeper down into the rabbit hole of, like, oh yeah, now we can cancel him because he likes this song by Eminem, what that says insert thing here. I'm good. I'm fine. Here's your hydrate, Mumbo. It might have updated their IP. Yeah, I don't know, Mumbo. Let's see. King, do you want more money? I mean... Okay, listen, I want money, yes, that's why, like, I intend to go, like, work a job when I come home, but, like, I'm not hurting, necessarily. Ad time, oh boy. 1.20.4, yeah, 1.20.4. Ad time from Beetle Party. Hey, Earth Hydra, how's it going, man? Good to see you. I was listening to Eminem yesterday, kind of forgot how good his music was. I was listening to his old songs, though. He's got some good stuff. He's got a lot of good stuff. Okay, ad time, right. How long of an ad time do you want, Beetle? I think I know the answer here, but I just want to be sure. 2 minutes? Okay, changing it up a little bit. I can work with that. Alright, 2 minutes of ad time brought to you by Beetle Party. Enjoy, guys. Don't get mad at me. I can't say that. I was gonna say something, but if I said it... Never mind. Just enjoy the ads. Oh, that would have been really bad. Tonight's stream cannot last long, guys. I'm gonna say some really, really, really bad stuff if I'm not careful. Gonna be, like, walking on eggshells all day today just because of the fact that I know I'm not mentally here. I'm here. But mentally speaking, you know, that's... I'm not. I'm just not. Okay. Let's put down some dirt, and then, I don't know, we'll see after that. Oh! Okay. So... I told you guys a little bit about the fact that I did have a dream last night. How it was kind of intense. But I don't remember a whole lot about it. I do remember some things, though. And for those of you who remember some of my previous stream talks, you'll probably remember the fact that I have this reoccurring character who shows up in, like, all of them to play my love interest. She was there, yet again. Weird, absolutely, but whatever. Still don't know who the heck she's supposed to be, but she's there. It's strange, but it's whatever. Between that and I think I'm trying to remember, we were playing a video game. It was kind of like, from what I could understand from the context of what was going on around me, it seemed to be like some sort of date was going on. And so your boy King had Riz, I guess. And so I think, I don't know, but we were playing, like, video games on a couch. I think, I don't know if we were married, if we were just, if we were just friends, but there was definitely some tension in the room. Some romantic tension. I was like, oh yeah, this is all coming together. This is a good thing for your boy King. Like, it's clear she's into me, man. How do I get to an outpost, King? That's a good question. You should be able to do /warps and then click the spyglass. It should open up the outpost menu, and you should be able to pick one from there. Or like Pi said, just do whatever outpost name you want to choose if you haven't chosen one before. Okay. Take that. I basically need to smooth everything over. Something like that. There are no warps to outposts. Okay, so you don't have the perms to see it yet, so you need to choose an outpost. So there's Frosthold, Dunefall, or what's the other one called? Bonsai. Yeah, Bonsai. If you do / and then one of those names, it'll take you there, and it'll also give you the perms to see that outpost. It'll also give you some other, like, cosmetics, I think. I have a panda pet. Let's go. The pandas are honestly one of my favorites. We gotta start... well, I say we. This is a me issue. I need to start looking into how I'm gonna introduce pets with the next server update. Because right now they do work, but quests are gonna be broken in the next update. And so, what was I gonna say? But yeah, they're currently behind quests, and so I basically need to look into how I'm gonna unlock all the other pets for everybody, because quests are probably gonna be broken. I could fix all the pet quests, like that would be quick enough, if they're even broken. Some of them aren't gonna break, but some of them will. So I don't know, I gotta kind of look into what's actually broken and what isn't. But I'd like the pets to be free from that system anyway, so that way they have multiple ways to unlock. Because not everybody wants to do quests, and I can respect it for sure. Okay, I'm lagging. Is that TPS lag, or... Could be. See, how do they work? So, as far as I'm aware, I really don't understand the pets. I think they're essentially NPCs. And they're just set with a AI target that always follows you. We have a plugin for it, so I'm not really sure how it was made, but whoever made it was a genius, because it's awesome. They don't do anything in specific, but they do exist. It's kind of one of those cool things, you know, you can show off what pets you have, and other people, I guess, can't. But we have a lot of pets. Let me see. Yeah, so if you want to see, like, all the pets ever... And, I mean, that's not technically all of them, that's just a lot of them. /pets, summon... My favorite one is the villager pet. He's supposed to be a baby, but he keeps growing up. And then I want you to be silent. Can I give you a monocle? That would be the cartographer, right? I can't. Man, I wanted to give the baby a job. Could you give me a villager? I can't. I can't. I can't give out these guys, because I've been told no by several people, who I respect a little bit too much to go against them. But, the villagers that I have, like, kidnapped in a tube over there, they are a pain to get anywhere. So and I guess I should explain that a little bit. It's right in the center of my claim, and my claim is like 1,000 chunks in total, I think. It might be more than that now, hang on. Usually you can't have a claim that big, 1,500. But because I'm the owner, it just works. I think the limit is supposed to be 25. Let's see, child labor. I know, it's great, isn't it? How do I get a baby villager? So this isn't available to anybody. It's purely available to me because I'm the owner. I did kind of promise that if we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, before the end of this year, I will add it to this season of the SMP. It's kind of a long shot that even happens, because it's like, we're at 555, I think. So we're like over halfway there, but we're also over halfway finished with the year. See, it just works, it just works. I'm glad somebody else knows what I'm talking about. Good old Todd Howard. I feel bad for that guy, sort of, but also at the same time, every little bit of... I don't want to call it hate. It's not... He doesn't deserve the hate. Every bit of criticism he's heard or earned is usually pretty well deserved. When you keep putting out the same kind of product and it keeps turning out the same way, it's, you know, it's not great. Let's see, how do I get other pets? So the way to get most pets is with /Q or /quests. And there are several, quests in some of these lines that unlock a new pet. Let me see what the first one is. I think most of them are in here anyway. I very well could be wrong on that. It's been a while. I don't actually work on this system. This was my admin. He did most of that. Well, okay. So maybe they're not in here like I thought they were. You know what? Unlockable quests, maybe? Possibly. There's some ranks in here, which are cool, I guess. Repeatable quests? Shouldn't be. There's a pet quest category somewhere, but I don't actually know where. I thought there was. Maybe that's in the old version of the plugin. Did he move them into an NPC? He very well could have. Let me go to warps and outposts and you, Milo. He guarantees you passage. Oh yeah, if you guys go to one outpost and you want to unlock the other ones, if you talk to the NPC Milo, or any of them for that matter, Milo just is for Doomfall. If you give him 10 diamonds, he'll let you go and warp there. So that's a cool little thing. There's several NPCs like that as well. So over here you got Aki, who will take you to Bonsai Grove, and there's one more. Or wait, no, that's at the other NPC places. We don't have... Who are you? Are you real? Zoe the Zookeeper, that's who I was looking for. You can buy pets from these guys. Okay. Bonsai Grove is just something you can TP to, only if you have it unlocked already. You don't necessarily always have those unlocked. It's just because you chose Bonsai Grove as your outpost. You'll have access to it now. But if you chose like Doomfall, you wouldn't have access. Polar bear pet, yeah. So out here, there's snow golem, goat, polar bear. The polar bear is fun. Let me see if I can summon it. /pets, summon. Polar bear. And you can ride this one. It's a little bit silly. And if you wanted it to be really silly, uh-oh. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Okay. You can make it stand, and then you can ride it. It's absolutely ridiculous, but you can, and honestly, you should do this. It's just, it's beautiful. I love it so much. I'm sorry. Oh wait, I want to remove you. Thank you. Uh-oh. Computer's revving up again. What's going on? 111 Celsius. My goodness, who the laggy boy? I'm assuming the TPS dropping is probably doing it. Luckily, soon, hopefully, we'll be moving over to a new host, which will, you know, fix it for the most part. We will be swapping IPs as well because of that, though. /RG info. Okay, I was just curious. Somebody put some wood right next to spawn. I was like, why? Okay, how do I get to an outpost? Because I don't have the outposts yet. You should have one, because you should start in here, and then when you walk all the way through, you should have access to these guys, and depending on which one you choose, in this case, like it says Bonsai Grove, it should, after that, give you access to /warps, and then you should be able to press Bonsai Grove. If it's not in there, just keep using /Bonsai Grove, or, I don't know if he added a shortcut for it or not, /Bonsai, he didn't. So yeah, you might just have to keep using /Bonsai Grove then. because my guess is he just didn't get time to add it as an actual warp for everybody. Hello. Nice cape. I really like that cape. I don't enjoy TikTok, but I saw the cape and I was like, oh yeah. I have to go watch TikTok now for that. Pets. Let's see. I'm trying to remember, there's a way supposed to, you know what, it doesn't quite save it. It saves its name, but it doesn't save everything else. That's right. Little guy, I love it. It's adorable. Yeah, I mean, I just have slash pets summon villager. I just have Jeffrey. Preferably he's gonna shut up. Yeah, that's my son. I didn't realize I could wait. Oh, that is awesome. Headstand. Okay, I thought of something that's potentially destructive. I'm gonna go to the end really quick. So, oh, the zookeeper's out here as well. I didn't realize. Cool. So, if I can get a villager pet, I wonder. I'm just gonna do this in creative because I can. Slash summon. Or slash pets summon. Ender underscore dragon. Ender dragon is not. Underscore under dragon is not a valid. Okay. Okay. I can accept that. Does the wither exist as a pet? No. No way. What the heck? Okay, this is... You can have a small wither? Oh, that's so dumb. That is amazing. I can just ride around a wither. Okay, wait. Can I send survival? I can fly it. Okay, so that's probably why we didn't keep it. We have the ability to disable certain pets, which is why you guys can't get villager pets and the wither. They're disabled in default, you know. They're disabled in the default menu here, so like you guys will never ever be able to see them. And if you don't have the perms, you can't ever like summon them yourselves. My guess is the reason we did that one is because it can fly. Warden? Oh yeah, the Warden is an awesome one. I don't know if you can actually get the Warden anywhere yet. Unreal is kind of working on some things, and I don't know if he had a plan for it. He originally gave it out to people as a reward for winning a certain event. But yeah, pets summon Warden. Yeah, the big guy. Can change the anger level. Can change whether he's gonna have a seizure or not. You can have him detect vibration. And more importantly, you can ride him around. My goal is to be 10,000 blocks from the nearest warp. Honestly, not a bad goal. You can have a sniffer pet? Yeah. Sniffer pet is probably the best one, honestly. Or amongst the best, anyway. I mean, look at him. He's just a little guy. Can you ride him? I believe so, yeah. He actually runs a little bit faster when you're on him. You can't ride him? Aw. Wait, how? I have special perms because I'm the owner, so I know I can ride him, but I don't know about what you guys are able to. That's probably why it wasn't set up properly. I was like, I'm pretty sure. Well, no, I could run faster than that. I was gonna say I thought he was a little bit faster. Automod is dirty-minded. He wanted to check my message. I know, it's... Automod has, like, this really nasty habit of not... picking up the right messages. It'll pick the worst, like... the most vile messages, really. And yes, these are fine. You guys can post these. But then when somebody says something that in context is perfectly fine, it looks at the most minute thing and it's like, oh yeah, we're not gonna allow that. Underpants was banned. Yes, underpants was banned. I don't know why. I think it still is blocked. And it's just like, why? Why? What are the chords for the Bonsai Grove warp again? I can let you know. Bonsai Grove warp is at 18,260. And then 26,832. Why did he get banned? It's just the word. For whatever reason, the word itself doesn't... or isn't allowed to be said in the chat without Automod picking it and saying, hey, I want to inspect that. I need to look around and get the sit mod when we update to the new server or plugin, just due to the fact that somebody has asked. Bjorn. Okay. Let's see. Bjorn is bear on English. I know this because I'm Swedish. Wait, I can make the axolot any color. Oh, you're Swedish. That's awesome, dude. I know a few Swedes, not many. But you guys are out there. You guys are awesome. I like myself IKEA, you know. I very much appreciate what you guys have done for my country. I made my YouTube handle Bjorns and Beans. Gosh. Knowing a Swede is 1 in 11 million. Not really though. Yeah, not quite. But it's, you know, it's crazy. I remember when I was like young, it wasn't a thing to know people from everywhere. Like, being online was a thing, but it wasn't a thing, if that makes sense. And even more so than that, your chances of knowing somebody that wasn't an American was very slim because they had things in place like, for example, games. You were only ever put in a server with people from your country. And, like, nowadays, like, that's still a thing, especially on competitive games like Call of Duty, Valorant, Overwatch, that kind of stuff. They still try to put you in with people in your region. But, like, Minecraft, for example, Twitch, it's like, you know, we can play with people from across the world. Also, AK, I don't know if you're still living in Sweden, but if you are, and that's why your ping is up there, your ping will probably drop down when we update to the new server host, because it'll be located in, we'll have one location in Europe, and then we'll have a proxy as well for the US. And so it should hopefully be a little bit better of a connection. 1 in 9 million for people who speak Swedish. I speak Swedish. How similar is Danish and Swedish? Depends on where you are in Denmark. You know, that's fair. Like, when I speak English, I'm not speaking English. I'm speaking, like, Southeast Coast American English, which is different than, like, other Englishes. We have different words for certain things. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it is still English, but it's like, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put it in the same line as, like, other Latin-based languages, necessarily. It's slowly morphing into its own issue. Dialects and such. Danish can be similar. If you are closer to the bridge, you can understand Swedish much more than further away from the bridge. Do people ever, like, talk in, like, Danish and then swap to Swedish? Like, kind of like how we have Spanglish here in the US, where you do a little bit of Spanish and then the rest in English, or some of it in English, the rest in Spanish. Now I'm intrigued. Is this just like a thing? English is in the Germanic family for now. Yeah, absolutely. And the truth of the matter is, you can definitely hear it too. Like, whenever I'm reading something in German, which is surprisingly more often than I'd like it to be, I can understand a fair amount of it because it's all similar to English. Like, it's there. It's not the same, but it is similar. So I can usually at least suss out the context of the sentence, and maybe even get some of the harder words even, just due to the fact that I understand kind of what they were saying about the simple stuff. At the airport at Copenhagen, the ones that work there can Swedish and Danish. You know what I really want now? A cheese Danish. I'm sorry, I know that's not what we're talking about right now, but that's all I can think about. Near the German border, Danish and the North German dialect are probably indistinguishable. Good chance, yeah. Very good chance. What I mean with bridge is one that connects Sweden and Denmark. I figured as much. You know, I should be doing work right now, but I'm not going to. Well, I should. Do I have food? Yes. There you go. Okay, you know what? I should work. I go work. What was I doing while I was over here? Right. Dirt. We're putting down dirt. Why is it raining still? It's been raining for a while. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm getting distracted. Is there a command for me to teleport to a random spot? No, we used to have it, but we disabled it because people were abusing it. So that's kind of why the outposts exist, is it gets you pretty far out there. And there's very few claims over there. And it kind of gives you a good location to be somewhere. To be somewhere in a buildable area anyway. We try to not put you in places that aren't livable with those. TP guerrilla warfare. Pretty much, yeah. It used to be people would just keep on doing an RTP. And then what they would do is they would RTP until they found a village, plunder the village, or if they were looking for a different structure, keep on RTPing to those, plunder it, move on to the next one. And they would just do that for pretty much all the time. Not to mention, they would look for people's bases with that as well. Like you mentioned, guerrilla warfare. Wasn't great. Plus, it just made it hard to, like, figure out where in the world people were. We kind of wanted people to be a little closer to each other this time around, because in past seasons of the SMP, people just weren't, you know, interacting with each other. Whereas now that you're a little closer, it's actually like, you know, usually you could fly from place to place. Nowadays we just use TPs and such, which not the hugest fan of, but it's okay, you know, it's not the worst thing. I plan a server where, like, you need to get money for our TPs. I have seen that. And it's not the worst, but the problem is, like, we don't want to use a money system. Because we do have an economy on the server with diamonds, similar to you know, YouTube Let's Plays and SMPs. 1 diamond per TP. You could do something like that. That wouldn't be the worst. I don't know if there's a plugin that would utilize that or not, but... And then if you gave each person, like, 3 free RTPs to start with, it might not be the worst. I don't know. See, I play on a server where you need... oh, I already read that. Did you ever put a timer on it? Yeah, but people would just, like I said, they would just still abuse it regardless. Like, it made it slower. Or, alternatively, it put them in a location that they would complain about. And then they would be like, well, I don't like this spot. Can I RTP somewhere else? And it's like, well, no, because it's the whole point of a random teleport. It was just easier to go, okay, there's no RTP, than to try to, like, deal with people kind of being, I guess, a baby. I try to be nice and give people the benefit of the doubt, but sometimes it's also like, you know, there's a lot of babies that play Minecraft, it seems. Which makes sense. I know the game is geared towards younger audiences, but... You know, when the whole point of the teleport is to put you somewhere random so you can start, I don't know, I feel a little bit weird about utilizing it 20 times to find a better start location. And I say that mostly due to the fact that, like, when I approach Minecraft anyway, I'm looking at it from a lens of transforming the world. And so when I come into things, I'm usually looking at the terrain and going, you know what, I think I could do a really cool build here. And so then that kind of spirals out of control usually. But that's like the main route of my exploration is like I'll look around at stuff and go, yeah, you know what? Let's try to build something here. Let's see. An RTP is a random teleport, so they get to deal with their problem when I get to a spot I don't like. I will just run around until I find a spot I like. Yeah. See, that works. And that's accurate. That is exactly what should happen. But there's too many, like, 2-year-olds on this game. I really despise that. I despise that that's the reason we can't have nice things. However, it did lead to other nice things. Like I said, outposts are really cool. And they do encourage people to maybe do some work next to it to kind of make it look bigger. But nobody's quite caught on to that. So, like, on one hand, it's like, I wish we had RTPs, but on the other, it's like, I guess the system we have now works. Plus, the world isn't actually that big. Our SMP has a world border. We went ahead and put one on just to make sure nobody was way out there for no reason. Plus, we could expand it later if we wanted new terrain. But we're, like, not even close to utilizing, like, 10% of our area. So why keep running up our server hard drive when we could just, have a world border and, you know, there's a capped amount of terrain out there right now. I think it's at, like, what is it? 100,000 or is it 50,000? Hang on. Now it's gonna bother me if I don't check. Unlockable. 50,000, yeah. So it's 50,000 on each coordinate. So it's 100,000 by 100,000. Okay. I think we're almost done here. I'm gonna just expand this a little bit. Right up to the stone. But that's a big world. If you see how the server is, it is not too many builds everywhere. That's true. That is true. Where our animals can't find a single one, I would consider keeping out an eye for them. You're not gonna find any by asking us. I can tell you that much. We don't know. I mean, Minecraft has a notorious issue with spawning mobs. So when you find them, you find them. When you don't, you don't. Killed every single animal I could. Yeah, we're actually right out ahead of you. And we're killing all of them before you can get to them. But yeah, you know, you're absolutely right there, AK, about the fact that, like, it is still a very large world. However, I mean, you can also look at it this way. I mean, I take up a huge amount of land. I am an abnormal player. I am an abnormal player. But I mean, I take up, like I said, pretty sizable area. I'm from about well, I don't think it's fair for me to say right here. It's still over a couple hundred. Okay. So right here, right. So we're at negative 360. It's gonna get pretty big. Yeah, we've got a little bit of land here. We're almost at 1,000 blocks. In just one direction. Now, admittedly, in the grand scheme of it, when you're looking at that, that's 100 blocks would be 0.1% of the world. We're actually 0.2% here. And that's just in one direction. I don't really know. I don't really know the other way, but you know, with that also being the case, I'm probably gonna have to claim around it as well, so that nobody builds like within my view distance. Because I'm a stickler for the view, man. I don't want people to like touch where I'm building, and I don't want people to touch what my build view should look like. So I've got to work on how that claim is actually gonna work, but it's probably about 2,000 blocks, both directions. So whatever 2,000 squared is, right? I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't. So 2,000 times 2,000, 4 million. I take up about 4 million surface area. If I take up 4 million surface area, add that to, let's see, that's not the highest point anymore. No. This server is like, how old is this server? A year and a half? Gosh, I can't spell. You know what, no, I'm not even gonna worry about it. So how tall is this build? 156? 624-ish. 624 million. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. Okay. Now I am curious. You've got 100,000 by 100,000, which would be, can I turn this sideways? That's 10 billion surface area. Yeah, I mean that's pretty sizable. Let's see. King, I also have an idea of what to put around the castle. I'm all ears, man. Let's see. You know how the castle is on a floating island? Yeah. I'm intrigued. If you say that we're adding more floating islands around the floating island, I'm game. I'm intrigued. If it's not about adding more islands, you know, I can respect it. It's probably still a good idea, but I mean, why not make it a little bit bigger, right? It's just a floating wall. More islands? Oh, oh boy. You know, I'm of the mind that that would be really, really sick. I think it should happen. But smaller, yeah, definitely not quite as big. Maybe some smaller ones with like maybe some villages on it or something like that, or a village stretching out across a couple of islands. You could just do a forest on some of them. I have lore too. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm doing this right. I was gonna say I'm doing this wrong. There we go. Sort of. I really should have done it like more so right here. There we go. I'm using an old diamond pick from a quest I did a year ago to mine broken portal obsidian. Oh, there are a couple of really nice picks from the quests that would be good for that, yeah. There's one with like a higher efficiency than what you normally can get, I think. It's efficiency 5, okay. I thought there was one that might have... Well, there probably is one out there. Okay. I know what I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure it's the brutish axe. Here, I'll go check. Okay. Trying to remember... It's over here. Where's the items? This way? One of them had, at one point in time, a stupidly high efficiency. And I'm trying to find it. The totems were really good. Did we have a haste totem? I guess probably the nimble totem would probably be the one that would be. Increase swiftness while attacking. Okay, never mind. Maybe not. Some of the stuff I remember as well was stuff that he had planned on adding and he just didn't get around to it. So some of it is kind of like, it did happen, but not publicly. I went the wrong way. Like, you know, I can just slash back. I don't need to run all the way around. Okay. What was I gonna do? Right, finish this up. I'm gonna take a quick break after I finish this stack of dirt. And then, I'll get up, grab some water, that kind of stuff. Oops. Hey, welcome. Another one. I gotta sleep, it's 2:18 a.m. here. Oh yeah, definitely get some rest, dude. Thanks for hopping in though and joining us. It was good to meet you. See, laggy won't load. Yeah, your ping is up there, that's for sure. 2000. Be back next stream? Awesome, sounds good, dude. I won't be here for another week. I gotta go out of town, but you know, I'll catch you when we see you next time, that's for sure. I need to actually set up a, we'll check Twitch. Awesome. Sounds good, dude. Thank you so much. What was I gonna say? I need to set up the vacation mode on Twitch again, so that way it doesn't keep auto-scheduling streams. Okay. Just keep going, just keep going. Okay. It's hot. It's really, really, really hot. I think I used up all the dirt and then I just pick blocked another. Okay. Let me go ahead and finish this one. Yep, see ya, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, there we go. I will go ahead and be right back, guys. Sit tight. I'll probably play ads during the be right back screen so you guys don't get those while I'm actually talking to you guys. So sit tight, and I'll see you guys here in about, I don't know, probably about 3 minutes or so. Alright, back again. How's it going, everybody? I am so tired. I don't know how, long I'm actually gonna be able to go tonight, to be honest. I am... Like I said, I'm tired. I'm hoping... I don't know if it'll happen. But I'm hoping that, we can get some sleep tonight. I don't know about you guys. Oh, thank you for the stretch, AK. Much appreciated. But I'm hoping that, sounding like a current president of the United States. Oh, no. Okay. I'm hoping that tonight I can actually fall asleep. Sometimes, what happens to me is, I can't fall asleep when I need to, or when I want to, and then it makes me fall asleep or get really, really tired during times when I need to be awake. For example, during streams, I really want to be awake. I want to be awake for you guys here. But I cannot stay awake sometimes. And then there's, I'll go, okay, well... What? You guys... Okay, I'm not going crazy. I don't think. But hypothetically speaking, guys, did anyone else hear a strange sound? I kind of lied. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a midnight snack. I can't make myself sleep. I just fall asleep when I do. I can't do anything. Yeah, it's for me. It's one of those things where it's like, when I sleep, I sleep. When I don't, I don't. And it sucks because it's like for the vast majority of my waking day, it's like I'm struggling to stay awake. And then, I'll go, okay, well, let me go ahead and try to lay down and just sleep. And then I can't sleep. So then I'll get up and I'll go down to watch some TV with my brother for a show that we both were really, really interested in. And then I'll fall right asleep there. And in fact, he has been known to have to shake me awake during those moments. And I might not even be asleep for very long. He just watched me actually fall asleep right there. He saw when my eyes finally just shut. And then, he's asked to actually shake me awake. He can't just talk to me. It's like, okay, that's rough. But you know what? It's fine. You just gotta work with what your body gives you, I guess. Even if you don't like what it does. And if you want me to sleep at day, not happening. I used to be that way. I used to not be able to sleep at daytime at all, but now it's usually that's when I'm most tired. Which isn't great. It could definitely be better. Yeah, let's see. I might be tired, but I can't do anything. I'll just bear with it. That's fair. That is fair. It's one of those things for me. It's frustrating because it makes it so I don't want to do anything. So I'm just there. I exist. I can't sleep, but I can't really do anything that requires like actual attention because I feel like I can't pay attention to anything. On the bright side, when I'm tired, I feel like I have my most creative ideas. I just can't really do anything with those ideas. So I write down the ideas that I feel like are at least somewhat good. And then you know, we're kind of set for when I am awake and I am happy and able to do everything. I slept 0 hours before. Oh yeah, me too, man. Let's see, I was flying with my Elytra and instantly fell. Oof. Yeah, lag is not great right now. I don't know what's exactly going on with that. I once went without sleep for 80 hours. I think the most I've ever done was 72. I don't remember. It was close to 72. It was nearing the 3-day mark if it wasn't already passed. Right now I can't recall very much. My body right now, dude. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, there's days where I'm great and I can do pretty much whatever I need to do. And then there's days like this where my memory's pretty foggy. I don't know what I'm really talking about half the time. And I just remind myself of a dementia patient. I don't have dementia. I'm not. I guess there's not really an age limit on dementia, but you know, I prefer that I mean, I don't think I have dementia. I haven't talked to a doctor about it. I could have it. The temptation right now to do a bit about how I still don't think I have dementia, to play on the dementia joke, is really, really strong. My dementia doesn't affect me as a person. We carried on with that one a long, long time. I'm glad it finally ended when it did. Okay. How does that look? Give it a second. Okay. Done? No? Still flying, huh? TPS dropped really, really low. Okay. Give me a second. iFix. Maybe. Here. And go to console. Let's see what's causing it, really. Okay. And yeah, that seems to be a big issue. Okay. Strange. You're the only one that's really generating a whole bunch of new chunks, though. At least from what I can see. Usually it only does this if there's like 2 or 3 people, you know, generating mass amounts of chunks. Unless your boat is really just that fast. It might be. I mean, maybe you have a rocket boat. I don't know, man. Could you give me diamonds for a polar bear? Probably, honestly, yeah. Can you see the trail of loaded chunks I left? I can't see. I just have a console here telling me where you were and how fast you were moving and what boat you were driving. I can see you were driving a spruce boat, which is the vehicle of the underscore cobbler underscore man, and that you moved too quickly at a coordinate. I don't know what it's on about there exactly. Outside of that. Yippee, I will get a polar bear I can ride. Yes. I run into 12 villages now. Jeez. Okay. I am curious. How bad is our RAM usage right now? Abysmal. Okay. I figured as much. Doing a victory dance right now. Let's go. Nothing wrong with a couple of victory dances. Oh, I do not want to be in creative. I want to be spectator. There we go. Okay, all of this will turn into grass at some point. But before it actually... Well, it will do that, but it will actually become snow as well. Because... Well, most of it will probably be in snow. I gotta figure out where snow technically starts, because down here it's gonna be all in this valley. But you know, it's clearly not everywhere. So I gotta kind of decide, you know, what constitutes areas with snow and what doesn't. I don't know, we'll see. It's a cool build. What kind of build, what kind of build is it for? Is it a city or, so this is just like a temple. I haven't really finished it yet, but, I'm gonna kind of hopefully kind of start touching on it again soon at some point. Over here, we've kind of got like this Viking Nordic village looking thing. I haven't really finished it really either. I've got a lot more work to do. But all of it's sitting on top of a mountain range. I don't know really what possessed me to want to build this mountain range. But, it's a very, very large mountain range, and it's supposed to go pretty long too. I mean, like I said, it's big. It's big. But it's gonna be awesome when it's actually done. Let's see. Let me see where we're at with it. Should have grabbed the first coordinate while I was over there. So it stretches from right here right now. Right here. Which is negative 360. And it stretches out to currently negative 1,000. So we're about 700 out of 2,000 blocks long in that direction. And I mean, we're not done with that either. I mean, like I said, we're not done here. We gotta have like plenty of we gotta kind of put in some trees and decoration and such, but it's coming along. We gotta finish up all of this, but we're getting actually relatively close to wrapping up one subsection of the land. Biggest worry right now is like this line right here. It's showcasing where where a cliff is gonna go. So I mean, if you see these, you know, these are probably, you know, 30 blocks tall. This is 40 blocks down to the water. But then you have all the underneath the water too that you have to build up a cliff for, which is an additional 10 to 20. So you have anywhere from 20 to 60 just to that line. This line was initially where it needed to be, but now the cliffs are actually going to be up here, which puts you at Y200, which is, it's tall. It's tall. That's 140 blocks tall, plus 10 to 20, so 150, 160 blocks of cliff all the way up and then all the way over. So calculator, don't fail me now. 160 times 2,000. That's 320,000 if it was just a flat wall. 320,000 blocks. Now, luckily, there is going to be some height variation to kind of help with that, so some sections will be a lot easier, some will be a lot longer. But yeah, it's big. I'm approximately 6,000 blocks away from the outpost. Nice. I need to have a Viking house. How do you build a Viking house? I need one of those, not gonna lie. So I built these kind of looking at reference images and just doing kind of my best. Some of them were kind of more inspired by like How to Train Your Dragon. So kind of more fantasy Nordic Viking house style. So that kind of helped with this one in specific. Big thing with these houses I find is the sloped roof and the pointed beam here. Honestly, it seemed to do the job pretty well for these. I keep getting told this looks like the Krusty Krab, but you know, it's fine. We can ignore that. This one I'm not happy with, but I've been told by some people that it's one of the better ones. Most of the houses aren't detailed. This one's about the closest to being finished. I just wanted to try something different because I was sick of all the brown. Or what was going to be only brown, so I was like, let's try to add some grass up here. I saw a reference image of a Viking house with grass across the top, so I was like, that looks cool, let's try it. It turned out okay, I think, though. It's not awful. This one was kind of a combination. You take the square idea from here, and you take the round idea from over there. You smush the two together. It kind of works. This one's good. This one's good. It just looks a lot more solid. This one, on the other hand, is pretty much crap. I'm not sure how I'm gonna really fix that, but it's okay. I'm trying to think, why did I build this one? I remember building this one, but this one doesn't. That one looks like a Viking house from a pic I had in history. That house looks like the first two. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have even copied parts of it from an image that you may have even seen, who knows. Like I said, I just kind of looked up Viking house or Nordic house or anything of the like, and just kind of looked at some of it as reference and copied, chopped and choose, you know, from this one and this one too, but a little less so. These guys. This one, I just don't know what I did wrong. I'm tempted to tear it down and try again. I think I know what's wrong, sort of. The roof is too flat. Perhaps what I could do is slope it. So instead of... That actually might not be a bad idea. I might have to think about that, because we don't have any of that slope into a... We don't. Oh, snap. That is a wonderful idea. I don't know how that popped into my head, but it did. See, can I own or live in one of the houses even though I can't do anything in it due to your claim? Sure, Beetle. Sure. I think any of them are pretty much, you know, whatever. Like, you guys can claim them as where you live if you want. I will probably be decorating them at some point, especially the ones with windows, but none of them have, like, any decoration yet. I think the only one that does is over here, and it doesn't have decoration, it has a floor. I live in Krusty Krab. Let's go. This one has a floor. Some of them have floors. Oh, I forgot about you guys. When I actually clean out all the, I clean out all those, the frog lights, we can kind of take... Why'd I say view? I don't know. Anyway, we'll actually take them out and let them roam free for a little bit. That's gonna be a barn. I live with Snowman. Frosty the Snowman. Oh my gosh. I gotta decide what I'm doing with this house. There's like a whole like story behind it, I guess, about... I vaguely remember building it, but it was just me rambling to you guys about something going on in life at that time. I had built this... Yeah, this is the house, I think. So, so I had gotten news that morning I streamed building this, that one of my friends had passed away, and I was like, okay, you know, I was gonna cancel stream, but then like I just suddenly got hit with the inspiration, like, oh yeah, let's build a house. And so I built the house, and I can't bring myself to tear it down now, but it's ugly. It's like I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, but it's kind of ugly. It needs more details. That's the big thing. I gotta go. I forgot to go, and now it is 2:47 a.m. Oh no. Go get some rest, AK. Get plenty of rest, man. Hiking, oh boy, what a time. What a time indeed. How's it going, Nuggy? And it is soon 3 a.m. Spooky, scary skeletons. 3 a.m. is like the time I thrive. That's when I wake up. Basically. When my mind wakes up, anyway. I'm trying to remember. I had plans for each building, really, but I don't really remember any of them. I need to kind of think about, like, finishing a lot of this, really. We're very, very, very... I'm in need of finishing stuff. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it or not, but I want to. Let's see. I need help with the grass circle. Oh, what kind of help? I spent hours in the sun. I'm sunburnt badly and my hair is sun damaged. I gave my apartment mate a haircut and cut a piece of my finger off. Oh no. And my roommate, I'm pretty sure, eats and then pukes it. And she also is super stressed about a meeting with her parents who whipped her with cables. So a lot of stuff. Wow. Wow. Okay. First off, sorry about the sunburn. I've still got some sunburn left. It's all peeling off, but like I've basically been tearing off like layers of my arm the past couple of days. Just so it's still very, very noticeable. Like when you see me, you're like, oh yeah, no, it's very clear. Like the peeling is splotchy, which is the worst part about it. But my arms were pretty badly burnt a couple weeks ago, and they're still not fully healed. So hopefully your burns heal quick. But if you know, if not, just sit tight. It'll get better, I hope. As for your cut finger, hopefully it's okay. I've never really cut off part of my finger. I've cut into it, but I don't think any of it really came off. So I don't know how that feels exactly, but I hope that heals at some point. I'm scared how your roommate ended up consuming it, but I don't know if I really want to know. And I hope your roommate, I hope, you know, the parents aren't like gross people all the time. I hope they're at least somewhat decent now. Let's see. Sunburn. Yeah, there is a sunburn there. That's gonna get, I'm sure that's gonna get pretty red. I don't know like how recent that sunburn is, but for me, like even after like a couple of hours of leaving it alone, it takes like a full 24 hours before it reaches peak red. Peak red sucks. Not a huge fan of it. Hear music. Do you guys hear music? Or am I just psycho? I might be psycho. It's fine. I missed that. That's fine. That's whatever. Man. Okay. I want to do stuff. I want to do stuff. And not, she didn't? Okay, okay. I want to do stuff, but I suddenly can't. I feel like I can't say his name. I feel like I'm the current president of the United States, guys. My mind is just not minding. I sent a video of the finger. It's not like Reddit level bad. I love Reddit videos. Ooh. I shouldn't be oohing that. I feel a little bit bad about that. That is a pretty nasty chunk missing though. Yeah, the worst one I had, which I don't know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna risk it. I think I can get away with this. I don't think I can get in trouble for this. So it's not this one. Let me find the actual knife. But I have this really bad habit of wanting to twirl knives and play with them and stuff. And so I will just casually, you know, flip them open, which is fine. Here's a knife. But when you're like, you're twirling them, you know, you're just having a good time. And, there's nothing quite like letting it, you know, just slip out of your hand. But when you think the blade is facing upright, and it's not, and it's instead facing down, and you drop it and catch the blade with your thumb, and it just keeps sliding. I remember I'd actually dropped it with this hand. I had dropped it and it just stopped. It just stopped, like, kind of like that. And I'm just staring at it. Oh. It's in my hand. Like, ouch. And, like, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. So I just... You guys should know better than me. But I'll go ahead and tell you guys, don't do what I did. I took it out. And then, which is fine, you probably can do that for your finger, but usually when you're stabbed or punctured, you should probably just leave it there if it's a big enough object. I wasn't too concerned necessarily. I just kind of remember it being there, like, oh. I still have all the finger there. But I just took it out. I went to the bathroom. We don't have any band-aids or bandages. So I was like, okay, let me just grab some toilet paper. And I just wrapped it in toilet paper. That's all I did. I wrapped it, and then I was going to look for something to clamp down onto it to hold the toilet paper there and to apply pressure to the wound. I couldn't find any, so I think... Where is it? At one point I had a little ribbon that I had tied around it from, like, Christmas a while back. I just happened to have the ribbon still. And then another time I had a, like, twist tie for your cables. I had one of those wrapped around it. I'm really good at first aid when it comes to, like, very, very bare bones kind of stuff. I don't really have a good know-how of how to use actual equipment. I was using a scalpel, but also, ew, yeah, scalpels are not, I don't like those. I don't know why, I just don't. I really don't. The word is gross. I feel like the word itself feels icky. Scalpel. I can't even say it right. Scalpel. Oh, now suddenly I feel like no matter how I say it, it's wrong. I knew immediately that I sliced off a part of my finger, and I was like, oh, I just cut my finger. Hold on, guys. I've done that also, weirdly enough, on stream. This knife, again, I really should stop using this knife. I was twirling it. It was the first day of Cluttercraft, I think. And I was getting, like, really, I think, anxious, probably. And so that's why I was resorting to twirling it. And I had not been paying attention to where one of my hands was, and I sliced it very, very quickly. The knife wasn't still in my hand or in my finger. It was just a very, very quick slice. And I was like, oh. Hey guys, I cut my finger open. Give me a second. And just walked away. I seem to remember coming back and everybody's like, what did you do? Like, oh, I was just playing with a knife. I need to learn how to be a better person, right? Maybe, possibly. I mean, it doesn't make me a bad person. It just doesn't make me a good knife twirler. And practice makes perfect is what they say, right? I immediately went to the next door lady with the disinfectant and band-aids. I did it all because I didn't trust her. She looked very panicked. Oh no. My shoulders are so burned. I don't ever really burn on my shoulders, but then again, I guess my shoulders are always covered, so disregard what I was about to say. It was just gonna be dumb. Like, no, Duh King, you can't burn on your shoulders if you keep them covered. Gosh, I'm trying to relate to. I promise. I'm just, that's what I'm trying to do, but it's just, I just sound stupid when I do sometimes. Oh my gosh. Can you help me make this circle? It's too big. I think I'm actually gonna get off soon. I wanna do things, but I can't. I just can't. And it's so frustrating. My goodness. When does my phone say I how much sleep does it think I got? It doesn't say. Okay, it says I was awake until 6:30, and then I woke up at 9:30. Yep. Okay. Or wait, hold on. Yeah, no, right. Okay. Oh man, we have a genius here, guys. Yeah. I'm the next Einstein, honestly. Like, all you guys think you know a squared plus b squared equals c squared, but the truth of the matter is only I know that, and you know it because of me. Einstein didn't invent that formula. That was the, oh, who did that one? Pythagorean theorem. The hypotenuse of a triangle. You take the legs, and you square them, and you add them together. Then, you get the result is the square of the hypotenuse, the longest side of the triangle. Doesn't that just make you guys feel so smart knowing that? Aren't you glad? I'm not. Okay, go to sleep. I really should. But I'm dreading it because I know the second I end it, I'm gonna stand up. I'm probably gonna go grab some water really quick and get ready to go to bed. And then suddenly a switch is gonna flip in my brain. And all I'm gonna want to do is work, and all I'm gonna want to do is stay awake, and I won't be able to go to sleep. What is something else I could do this very second? Like, all the things I could do. I could build cliffs, I could place dirt, although I haven't placed dirt. I can't place dirt. I really don't know what I'm doing with the temple yet. I should be working on the village, but I don't know what to do. I could dig. I can't even think of anything outside of Minecraft right now that I could do, like... Man... I love it. I love it so much when this happens. Sunscreen? No. Skin cancer. Absolutely. We love to see it. The texture and feeling of sunscreen is horrific. I just always forget. And I mean, that's no surprise. I mean, you guys know me. I'm very forgetful. But, when I was out in California, I'd been out in the sun for about 20 minutes, but it was the heat of the day, and, there was just no shade whatsoever. It burned all along my hands, and then it burned my face. Oh. Hey, welcome on in, Raiders. How's it going? Let me give you some shout-outs. I'm gonna just warn you guys, I am, like... I'm here, okay? I'm here. I'm just mentally not all here. Let me give you a shout-out. So, what were you guys up to? If you guys haven't already, be sure to follow Osmosis with me. They were last seen playing Minecraft. Hello, L. Good to see you as well. The ghosts are coming to haunt you. We welcome all the happy haunts here. We're talking about sunburns and, just being tired. I've been, I tried to go to bed last night at like 3. I laid there till 6. I fell asleep somewhere around 6 to 6:30. And then I woke up at 9:30. So like there was like that nice lovely timeline of just not sleeping and then sleeping for not enough time. But eat the candy, thank you, I appreciate it, Mumbo. Oh please, who's all really mentally here? Okay, fair point. Just working on the exterior of a treehouse. Nice. I have never actually built a treehouse before. I'm usually into building mountains. So that's what I've been working on recently, but I just can't get myself to place another block right now. Good night, Beetle. Good night. But yeah, I've been building mountain ranges recently. I have tried to build a tree, but I'm not gonna get anywhere with it, I don't think. And this is all from a schematic, so I really can't claim credit for it. The fact that I can't finish it says a lot about me. I would never be able to base with you, King. I build in mountains. I mean, I could give you a really large base then. Like, look at this. There's so much room down here. But yeah, that's what I like to focus on. I do build villages from time to time though. But terrain is like my bread and butter, I would say. Oh, that's a beautiful circle. It's a rainbow. Okay. But yeah, we've got, you know, I do mostly landscaping, like I said. This is probably my best village though. We can look at that for a little bit while I eat. I don't have candy. Mumbo redeemed candy, so I have these sugar packets I borrow from restaurants that we go to throughout the week. And this time it is the organic raw sugar you can get from, I think this is from Chipotle. I think that's where I acquired this one through legal means. I did buy a meal while there, so it's mine. I did pay for it. Let's see. I'm getting a piercing kit Tuesday too. Nice. Sunburns suck. Not a sunburn, but my dad accidentally burnt himself pulling out steaks from the oven. Oh no. I'm really good at burning myself. So a couple weeks ago, I had been out in San Diego, California. And I had only been out there for a couple of minutes, 20 minutes or so. Thank you for the follow, Osmosis. Much appreciated. Chipotle sugar, did they get the portion on that as well? That's good. That's good. That's good. But I had been out in the sun for only like 20 minutes. And I had pretty bad burns on my arms and on my face. And about 24 hours after the burn, I could feel like on my nose it was like really, really tough. And it started. This is gonna be really gross. I'm just gonna warn you guys. This is gonna sound really, really gross. But it started leaking out all sorts of different oozes. I think ooze is the right term to use here. There was a couple different fluids. That's the worst burn I've ever gotten in my life, and that was just from 20 minutes in the sun. I don't recommend it. Stay out of California, guys. It causes cancer anyway. If it was clear, it was plasma. It depended on the moment. Sometimes it was clear, sometimes it had a white color to it. Like you said, it very likely was pus. There was a moment where it did start to bleed. So there's your blood. So between those three things, like, I know it was a pretty nasty burn. So I don't recommend getting burns, guys. I don't. They're not fun. Skin cancer needs to be off the menu for me, ideally. I'm sorry, that one may have been a little bit too dark for this moment. I'm still new when it comes to actually building things, so still really learning, although I think I have a good excuse for my crap tree. Hey, if you're starting to learn how to build, you've taken the first and most important step in the journey. Just doing it. I wish I could draw, and every time I sit down to actually learn how to draw, I feel like it turns out so bad. I really, really do struggle to keep going with it. Okay, I'm gonna actually down this sugar now because I've been told I need to. This stuff is gross. Don't go, like, I like the powders. These are kind of more like rocks. Like actual crystals. Let me see if they're too fine of a crystal for me to show on stream, but they've, you know, it's real sugar. That's kind of the issue with it, is it's real. I only like artificial, right? everyone in the stream, please join. It's lonely in here. Yeah, if you guys would like to, you could join the server. It is free to join for anybody. Let's see. I can't really be out in the sun for long, even with sunscreen. I burn. Thankfully, it ain't bad, but still peeling. I've been peeling for the last couple of weeks, mostly on the elbow areas. Every time I take a shower, it's like peeling off my entire arm. It's really gross. What are you? Okay. Well, now it's gone. What did I... Okay. So. There's this funny thing, right? Where I don't know if I hallucinate, I guess, is the word I should use here. It's probably the proper word. I don't know if I hallucinated it or if it was actually there, but no, I'm paranoid. I saw a bug on my arm. I went to go grab it to take it off, but now I can't find it. So now I don't know. Am I crazy? Or is there actually a bug? Like, I don't care. It didn't look like a harmful guy. Just bugs are gross. So I don't know. I'll leave out a little bit of sugar for him to go get, I guess. There's plenty of crystal here for him too. I got outside with sunscreen. I still burn even if it's the strong stuff, so I don't spend very much time outside anymore. I've been burned so often I ended up with blisters because of it as a teenager. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Faith. Like I said, I don't like burns. I don't go outside very much anyway. I like Minecraft too much. I can't play Minecraft outside, so why should I go outside, right? Where? I am like... I thought I saw it again. I'm just crazy. Let's just go with that. I'm just crazy. And you guys might even just be in my head too. We can really make this... we can really make this all a simulation if we really wanted to, right? Oh man, I would, but I'm already juggling 3 SMPs right now. No worries, guys. No worries. I have been there. I used to play, let's see. There was a server where I owned it and played on it with 3 friends, but they all quit, so it was just me, really. Then I had another server where my friends owned it, but they quit, and so it was just me. And then I was running this one on top of it. Obviously, I went ahead and dropped the other 2. Life is so much better now because of that. But yeah, no, I totally get it. 3 SMPs is a lot. 2 is a lot. I struggle with the thought of doing another one on top of this, honestly. Oh, please, that ain't bad. I had a dream where a pig's head was a hand. That is awesome. That sounds like something right out of Doom. I can't play Minecraft outside, so why should I go outside? I'm gonna steal this next time someone tells me to go outside. You have my full permission, L. I'm not real? Yeah, no, you're not real, Pi. Hi, Swiftu. Good to see you, dude. Let's see. I used to spend a lot of time outside growing up because playing out inside was not allowed in our household. That we didn't have a television in our home, much less a video game system. I can remember a time similar to that for us. When I was growing up, so probably like it would have been before 08. 2007, 2006, it couldn't have been 2006. I would have been 2. It would have been, I guess it would have been 08. Probably. I remember 4 or 5 years old. around that time. I lived in Florida, and we would spend most of our time outside. And I don't really remember ever burning out there. But, you know, my parents, they're like, one, they couldn't afford to really buy us a whole lot. We had a television, but we only watched it as a family in the evenings. We had some game systems, but I was too young to figure out how to use it, and there was kind of there was an unspoken rule where we weren't allowed to use it before a certain hour. It's kind of like you use that during the heat of the day kind of time. And because of '08 being the housing market crash, which caused a whole lot of other economic issues, you know, that made things like, okay, yeah, go throw the football outside, guys. We had good times when I was a kid, though. Even though that was like a weird time to grow up, it wasn't a bad time either. I saw my girlfriend today, so yippee. Hey, nice Swift too. I was raised very similarly to that of the Amish, where yes, we had electricity and cars, but we did not have television or video games in our home. Interesting, interesting. As we got older, and as my siblings started to move out, and by siblings, I guess really, once the oldest sibling moved out, we got a lot more. And a lot of that was due to the fact that my parents didn't have one kid to pay for. And so we were able to afford more of that kind of stuff. They were cool with us having video games and TV, but it was kind of one of those things where it was expensive. So we just didn't have... We didn't have ever, the newest consoles. That was a definite no. We usually bought them on sale, and the ones that go on sale were the ones that were about to be replaced. So it was just like, yeah, that's fine. That and I didn't know any better when I was a kid. Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2 still beats out just about any game I've ever played. Exception being Minecraft. I've been playing for 12 years. I don't move on very quickly. We could definitely say that much. Let me catch up here. Osmosis, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rice. Rice is good. I don't know what kind of rice you're going for, but my go-to, which I don't ever make because I don't cook, because I'd rather play Minecraft. White rice, just superior. Honestly, the white rice is the superior rice, in my opinion. That sounded wrong to say, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, that sounds different. Pretty sure I know what viewer SMP means, not now Twitch viewer SMP? What? I feel ignored. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I promise. I can play Minecraft outside because I play on a laptop. Ah, you're one of those guys. Best game I ever played was Battlefield 4 on the PS2. The PS2 just had the best games. I mean, they had Spider-Man 2, like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 game, which was phenomenal. I mean, as was the movie. You had Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith video game. That one was great. Oh, what else was there? Honestly, you could just have those three and I'd be happy. I enjoyed those three very, very thoroughly. And I mean, the Spider-Man games came in a franchise as well, so you also had Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 3 to go alongside it, which were also pretty good. But Spider-Man 2 just... the story, you can't beat the story. I mean... I don't know what's so magical about that movie that beats out the other two, in my opinion, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. I have a crap more ton to say, but brain not brain. That's okay, Swift too. My brain not brain either. I was gonna say for us is more of a religious reason why we did not have television or video games at our home, mainly because it distracted from Bible reading and spending time with family. That's fair. That is 100% fair. Weirdly enough, my dad is a pastor, but he never really had an issue with anything with like the TV or video games. Now he was heavily involved with deciding what games and what stuff we did watch, and my parents still very much are that way with my younger sibling. Because, you know, like, you can't just... I'd like to believe that's why a lot of us turned out so well. We didn't just watch whatever, you know, my parents wouldn't ever turn on a PG-13 movie for us until I was at least 11. Once I was 11, I think I saw my first one. I don't really recall which one it was, but I want to say that may have been around the time I had watched. It was either one of the Star Wars movies, probably. I think I don't know. It's been so long. That was 9 years ago. Oh. That's awful. That feels weird. But yeah, you know, like, they didn't let us watch any of that. They, and when they did start letting us watch those kind of movies, they were still heavily involved in, like, okay, you know, I know it says PG-13 and you're, you know, 16 years old, but we still want you to, like, talk to us about it first, because, you know, we want to know what's in it. We want to know what you're being exposed to, which is, like, that's awesome. Any of you out there, any of you guys, if you're not parents yet, when and if you do become parents, be involved with your kids' lives, please. Please. It's important. It's very important. Racist. I'm getting a piercing kit and I'm piercing myself, and I sent you a pic of the piercing I'm doing. Oh, let me see. Hey, nice. I've seen a couple of people with those around here. They're pretty cool. They are pretty cool. I don't really know much about piercings, to be honest, so I don't know, like, much to exchange words with, converse towards. There we go. Me word good. My first bad movie I watched when I was 3. Jeez, my parents could never do that for me. They would never. Well, okay. No, they wouldn't have. Maybe when I was 2, just because I probably wouldn't have understood what was going on. But by the time I was 3, I already had a pretty good grasp on reality, which was weird. Like I said, I still remember... I kind of remember that moment, and we see this a lot in memes now, where it's like, when you gain sentience for the first time, and it's like everything kind of just snaps, and you're like, whoa, where am I? What's going on? What is the world? That hit for me like at 4 or 5 years old, and I still have memories from way back when. I have memories before my brother was born, and we're pretty close in age. Is there server lag because I just planted half a field and it disappeared? Probably. Your ping is high. It's 286, but that shouldn't have done that. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I was gonna say for us, I read that one. I knew it was another message here. I think I see it. I would sometimes go spend time with my aunt, who is not a member of our church, and of course she had television in her home. And one of my favorite films to watch is Prince of Egypt or Adventures in Odyssey. Oh, those two are so good. Prince of Egypt. I really need to find out where I can watch it again. It was a very well done movie, if I remember correctly. Accurate to the actual story, I can't recall exactly. Last time I watched it, I was like probably 7 years old. So I don't remember everything about it, but I remember it being a very, very good movie. And Adventures in Odyssey, too. I wasn't as into that one, though. I remember a babysitter letting me watch The Simpsons where Bart gets his heart ripped out. I was horrified. Do I go down that rabbit hole? Sure. I remember when I first got access to the internet. When I first got access to the internet and my parents weren't hovering over my shoulder, that's where things got worse. And it just got worse and worse and worse. By the time I actually got on Reddit, I was already 17 years old. So, like, that's not too bad. The stuff I see on Reddit is child's play. Well, it's child's play in comparison to some of the other things I've seen. Don't visit the dark web. It's horrible, guys. But Twitter has some pretty gross stuff. Can't tell you the amount of times I've seen some very, very, very awful things there. But outside of that, you know, it's like I've always been kind of whatever. I was a dark child growing up. I gained the nickname from my I call them my brothers. They're my best friends. Also who I've known for 9 years. Okay, anyway, they started calling me the Lord of Death, and purely just because I knew every little thing about anything to do with anyone's death, whether it be real. I could tell you a lot about JFK. I could tell you a lot about other horrible events in history. Like that one. The fictional deaths, like in Star Wars, I knew everything about those. I was a dark and demented child, to be entirely honest. But I think I turned out okay. Thank you for the follow, Faith. Much appreciated. I hope to catch you again another day. But thank you for the follow. Good meeting you. Let me catch up here. I get so caught up in talking that I forget I need to actually, like, move on sometimes. There we go. When I was in the 4th grade, we watched The Headless Horseman and I had nightmares. Oh, jeez. I didn't watch my first horror movie until I was, let's see. So I was probably 16, honestly. Maybe 17. Maybe even a little older than that. I don't know. I never had an interest in them, truthfully speaking. So I just never really watched them. Kind of scared to do them because it'll be a mouth piercing. I honestly still don't think I've had that moment. Honestly, for some, it happens over time. Some, it just kind of, everything clicks. For me, everything clicked, and it clicked several times. It was like a tiered system where like suddenly I realized I can do whatever I want, and whatever I do has effect on people. I need to not like be a selfish brat. That was my first realization. The second realization came probably at the age of 10 to 12, somewhere in there, where I was like, everything I do actually does have a larger impact than what I realized at the age of 5. I need to not be a selfish brat. Again, I need to remind myself of that. But also, like, I need to watch out for my friends because they're not even watching out for themselves. And then I'm assuming there's going to be another realization where everything in life just makes sense. Because at the age of 5, that's where, like, I felt like doors opened for me. Suddenly, understanding was brought down upon me. Same thing at, like, age 11 or so. It was just, like, everything started to make sense. Things in school started to make sense that didn't before. And it just... eye-opening. I'm expecting that to happen again probably at the age of 30. I've heard that's where, like, life peaks, from what I've heard, anyway. First thing I did, unrestricted internet access, girls kissing on YT. That sounds like a lot of people's first search, honestly. Let's see. Animated Joseph movie from 2000 was way too good for its time. You know, I'm not sure if I've seen that one, to be honest. 2000's Joseph movie. I'm about to look it up. It surprises me that I haven't seen it, if I didn't. Joseph, King of Dreams. I should have seen this. Yeah, no, wait, it looks familiar. And the sequel was The Prince of Egypt. There's a very good chance I've seen this movie, and I don't even realize. I'm gonna have to track down that one and the Prince of Egypt at some point and watch them both, because they were... I remember The Prince of Egypt. That one was really good. Am I caught up reading just about everything? It was nice to meet you. Okay, sweet. I think we're caught up. 36? Oh boy, 36. That I could work with that. That's... Hang on. Ooh, that does not feel right. I just did the mental math on how far away that is. That's 16 years. That's a blink and you miss it kind of time gap. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I'm still getting used to this, like, being 2 decades old thing, but it doesn't feel right. 30s are great, though. 30s are the best of all. Okay. So, I've got a lot to look forward to, is what I'm hearing. 20s is like... I'm trying to use the early 20s to get my ducks in a row. Like, I'm assuming the cards will get shuffled every once in a while, but I've got this hand that I'm dealt with right now. I gotta do something with it. I've been sitting on the cards too long. So, it's time to just play them all, I guess. And, you know, I've kind of let my life just pass by over the course of, like, the last 2, 3, maybe 4 years. I'd like to kind of actually take part in my life, if that makes any sense. It's kind of strange how that happened, but it was just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this, and this, and I got lazy. I got lazy, I'll be honest there. And you blink and you miss 4 years of living. It's like, wow, I really should have been more active in pursuing my dreams or my goals, and you know, that motivates you, I guess, a little bit to not waste your other years. So that's at least something. 20s is like a lot of work. That sounds about right. I feel like from age 16 to now, at least, it's just been I've been so work first, which isn't bad. It's not bad. I've actually enjoyed that. There's nothing wrong having a job that you like. I didn't like Walmart. I did do that one for a long time. But I didn't hate it either. Working hasn't sucked. That's the nice thing, I guess. Your Twitch affiliate say I haven't been doing nothing. Okay, good point, L. Good point. Yay, drowning. Okay. Here we go, boys and girls. I can't say what else I was thinking of, but we're just gonna drink water. I'm sorry, I'm not in my right mind right now. I was gonna say something that would have been funny. It would have been funny. I just probably would have gotten in trouble for it. So I'm not gonna say it. How is there still more water in here? Okay. There you go. There you go, guys. That's your hydrates. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love water so much. So good. So good. I'm sorry. Do I have, like, anything that I can ideally not stock? Here. An old mask. I have these. I have, like, a bunch of these Walmart masks from when I was working there. They gave me, like, 20. And, you know, they don't, like, necessarily suck for cleaning up your face either. I'll utilize that. I don't need them anymore. So here's your dab Zinder. Also, hi. How are you doing? I saw your message about you are here now. So okay. I just like talking. That's what I'm realizing. I can yap. I can yap like it's nobody's business. Let's get a change of scenery though. Like, we've been looking at that for a while. Let's look over here. Yapper. What is that one Eminem line? Yap it. It's in Rap God. Yappity. Yap to the track or something like that. I don't know. Let me look it up. Rap God lyrics. I used to be able to do parts of Rap God. I used to be able to do all of Lose Yourself. And then there was another one I used to know. I used to be able to do a little bit of Without Me, but I'm not a great rapper. That's for sure. Now AI me can do it really well. Really well. Where's the Yap it? I just want to see the Yap. There's a lot of bars here. He talks a lot. He doesn't talk a lot. He raps a lot. He says a lot. He says, and I quote, backpack rap crap, yap yakety yak, and at the same time, I attempt these lyrical acrobatic stunts while I'm practicing that. That one is a tongue twister just to even read. I could never actually rap that part, I don't think. Bro's the second biggest yapper I know. Good, how about you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Zender. What if the new scenery was the... Oh, you're very right. The Predwin. There we go. There's a view. Look at that. Let's see. I know a lot more lyrics of Lose Yourself than I thought I did. Yeah. Yeah. I don't keep up with it. That's my main issue is if I would keep up with it, I could probably do it still. But I don't ever look back at the lyrics. I just go, oh yeah, I totally know them. And then you get things like where I say Weezneek, and it's like, what's a Weezneek? Weezneek arms are heavy, mom spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He's choking now. Something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really remember all the lyrics, but that's like some of them, probably. The amount of NF songs I have memorized is crazy. NF has some really good stuff. I used to be able to do part of Intro 2. Intro 2 is good. That one's fast. And like I said, there's a lot of other ones. Turn the Music Up has a really good fast rap part. I really like... I used to be able to do Oh Lord. It's not fast, but something about him saying, when I die, put my ashes in a trash bag. I don't care where they go. I'm more concerned about my soul. That's just like, I don't know what he was writing that day, but like, it was fire. It was fire regardless. Drown him. I see 2 more hydrates. I'll go get those here in a minute. And ad will start in about in a minute anyway, so I'll go grab them during that. Let's see. Rhett and Link's Nerd versus Geek rap solos. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the raps from Rhett and Link. They had the rap battle of manliness, the Nerd versus Geek. They had... Oh, what was the other one? There was one more, wasn't there? I can't remember the other rap, but I think they had one more. My favorite song that they ever did was That's What Women Want. It's just beautiful, and I hope it's right. If any of you out there happen to be a woman, okay? I'm not gonna ask the question you think I am. Hopefully. I mean, I hope you don't think I'm gonna ask that question. But if any of you out there happen to be a woman, look up that song and tell me if it's accurate. I just need to know. I just need to know. I love the song change from NFN Mansion. Dude. Just the Mansion album in general is beautiful. I really, really love that album. The whole album, the Mansion song itself, the title track is... It is honestly, it might be one of his best. It might be one of his best. Let's see. I'm gonna take all 60 of my mods out of my mod folder so I can join A. Let's go, or let's go. There's the ads. Okay. I'll go get some water then, and I'll be right back. You guys can go ahead and sit tight while looking at this. Enjoy. Oh, I'm going to hurt when I get up. I am going to hurt so much. Oh. Oh, no. You guys can still hear me, I think. Well, some of you can. You know, I sweat so much. I used to never sweat. Now I sweat through my jeans. It's gross. It's gross. So gross. Guess who's back? Back again. Look at me, everybody. Smiling big. That's a NF line, I think. That might be the search. Look at me, everybody. I'm smiling big on a road right now that I can't condemn. Better tone that down. Better raise your fist. Something, something. Search begins. I think it's been forever. I don't listen to NF all that much, but I really should. Here's your hydrates, by the way, Mumbo. I can't breathe. Do I have asthma? I'm sorry. Ooh, hi. That's the first time that's ever happened to. Well, that's not the first time that's happened, but that's like the first time in a long time that's happened to me. The search is lame, bruh. Bruh. The search is good. I don't know what you're on about. I mean, there are other better songs, but I do like the search. It's still good. Let's see. Am I only not getting ads? I haven't gotten a single one. Hey, let's go, Pi. Congrats. Let's see. As a chronic NF listener, it's not great. Bruh. Metallica? Oh, dude, Metallica is great. I don't like know any of their songs, but I have listened to them a lot, and it's just nice to have on in the background, honestly. I know I'm gonna be basic when I say this, but Nothing Else Matters might be peak. Master of Puppets is definitely up there. Enter Sandman. I know I just named like their 3 or 4 most popular tracks, but still, there's a reason they're the most popular. Let's see. The search is on the Fortnite car radio. Oh, that's kind of funny to me. I like Taylor Swift. You guys want to boo me for that? I feel like I feel like I know there's probably strong feelings against her. Yes, I do. Boo. Yeah, yeah. I like Nirvana. Nirvana's pretty cool. Hey, Pi, what's up? What's good, bro? um, My Chemical Romance, phenomenal band. Um, Not necessarily bad, but overrated. Nirvana. Uh, yeah, I mean, I would definitely say they're overrated. I enjoy, again, they're pretty good for background. Oh, Taylor Swift, okay. I like Taylor Swift as a front line song, usually. I don't like her new stuff. Her new stuff is... I try to not rain on everybody else's parade, but her new stuff is garbage. I'm sorry. I try to respect people's tastes, but the Tortured Poets Department, I think is what it's called. You know, it's bad when I usually label myself as a Swiftie. Can't even really recall the exact name of an album, but all the songs on there sounded the same. And to be honest, I don't know what she was trying to write about. Like, it just sounded like she was telling a story over, like, music. It was music. It just wasn't... She wasn't singing to it, and it wasn't really her being a poetry reader. I didn't get that vibe from it. I wish she would go back to stuff like the Red era where she really, took off. Because like that's the stuff that I thrive on. Like that was good stuff. All Too Well, Red, 22, um oh, what State of Grace. Um oh, Forever Winter, which was on the I think that was from the vault. Also, I think my computer is cooking. No, it's not. Okay, we're good. Those are all phenomenal, and that's all just from the Red era. And you could go back to Speak Now, which Speak Now. Okay, it is actually cooking. Hang on. The Speak Now era had plenty in it as well. Like I said, Speak Now. You've got pretty much all of the vaulted tracks from that era were pretty darn good. Last December, or not last December, sorry. I go back to December. I think it's just called December. What? Last Kiss is one of the ones I'm thinking of, and I think that's from the vault. I was mixing two together. I think they sound good together is why I'm thinking that. Fearless was a great album. 1989 was a great album. It's honestly just the newer stuff that I really don't enjoy. So, on the off chance Taylor Swift or any of her lackeys are listening to this, please, go back to the Red era. Or try something new. I wouldn't say no to a new like a rock and roll album. Bring back the rock, the classic rock into mainstream. Trying to think of other music I enjoy. I mentioned My Chemical Romance, MCR. There's rumors flying around right now, and I mean they've been flying around for ages and ages and ages about their 5th studio album. And it's looking like it's closer now than it was before. Somebody leaked a whole bunch of the tracks, I guess, that would have been on it. So it sounds like they had most, if not all of it, recorded. But I don't know how close it was actually to being complete. It looks like a lot of it was recorded from the leaks I've been seeing. I haven't listened to any of them. I try to not indulge myself in leaks because I feel like it takes away from the artist's efforts and works. But in the case of like My Chemical Romance, we've been waiting for another album from them for years. I think I don't want to say the exact amount of time because I can't really tell you, but it's been a long time. So I'm hopeful that we get it sooner rather than later. But I might not be able to hold back from checking out those leaks anytime soon. Of course, you can't go wrong with Frank Sinatra. He's a great singer. Elvis Presley has some pretty good stuff. You can't go wrong with the classic guys, honestly. There's a reason they were as popular as they were. Elton John is great. The Beatles have some good stuff. I'm not unknown to turn on some Aerosmith. Aerosmith is fun. Make sure I'm all caught up here. I think you guys are just talking about wings and such. At 38, you'll experience your midlife crisis. Gosh, that's lovely. Kiss is a good band. I do like Kiss. I don't listen to them much, but what is it? Made for Loving You? I think that's what it's called. I Was Made for Loving You. That one is good. I know it got utilized in a lot of memes at one point, but it was it was good before the meme. Okay, how much more do I want to yap? I could yap a whole bunch more, honestly. You guys want to talk about politics? No, I'm not allowed to talk about that. Not today. If I start talking about it, I'm gonna yap and I'm not gonna stop, and then I'm gonna say some things that'll probably get me canceled because I'm not exactly in the most popular of opinions. But you know what? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with getting canceled, right? I mean, if you get canceled, it just means that they hate you so much because you said something that made sense, right? That's my theory anyway, right? Hang on, I'm checking an email really quick. I had to make sure that's not important. Yeah, no. Well, fictional politics. Fictional politics is great. What is your opinion on the remaining sense of the Commonwealth? Sense of the Commonwealth. Hmm. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where that's from. I'm gonna assume probably Fallout. Just a guess. But I don't know outside of that. Uh, okay, I'm trying to think. I don't want to talk about politics. I was mostly joking about that. It's from Fallout. Okay, okay. Although I could get into a very, very long and laborious discussion about Star Wars politics. If you talked to me when I was about anywhere from 12 to 15, maybe even 16, I could have talked your ear and told you every single detail about Star Wars politics. Nowadays I don't keep up with it. I don't watch anything. I don't really read anything. The fans made me kind of hate Star Wars, which sucks. I like Star Wars. I just don't like talking about it anymore. I liked the new movies. You guys want to You guys want to eat me alive for that one? Oh my gosh. You know what? Okay, one thing I do need to do at some point tonight, and honestly, I probably should just do it, is I need to work on something for the Minecraft server. So what I probably should do is log out and do that. Probably. Yeah, that's what I should do. Okay. Aren't you glad I made a decision, guys? You can... I mean, you guys could have left me at any moment. I wasn't holding you hostage. I might have made you feel like you were being held hostage because I would have guilt-tripped you if you left me. But I wasn't holding you hostage. Okay, we've got you. Who else? Okay. 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 Kind of recall you, but I don't remember you. Did we say hello to this guy before? I don't remember if we did or not. I mean, I know I've taken you guys to go see him before, but I don't remember how recent. You guys want to go say hi to Mobes? He's playing Halo Infinite right now. It looks like he's got a whole bunch of his friends online right now too. They're actually all pretty funny. And Mobes, I call him Father Mobes. He kind of adopted me, and it's been great ever since. Fair warning, just to any of you out there who may be concerned, it is marked for mature audiences, so beware. I feel like that was a little too formal. I probably could have found a less formal way to say that. I don't know. I'm yapping again. Look at me go. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I know it was a shorter stream today, but we did 8 hours yesterday, so I feel like, you know, if you take the extra hours we did yesterday and add them to this stream, it makes up for it. Okay. Look at me. I'm still yapping. Good night, guys. Thank you. We'll see you not this Monday, but maybe next Monday or Tuesday, I think. Yeah. Good night, guys.